right, all right, all right, all right. See, can you guys see this? It seems like I am not seeing my video on here. Oh, there we go. It just had to catch up. Let me know that you are hearing this okay. Looks like the audio levels are good. I am on my laptop, so you're going to see what I'm seeing. So I'm Robert Shusardi, the creator of Blockchain Kingdoms. Thank you for joining me today in this live stream. I'm going to be talking about my work process, building blockchain kingdoms, our Metasource cards, our crypto castle cards, also our 5 versus 5 and our job token. So we turn video gaming into passive income and paid work. I'm not a financial advisor, so nothing I say in this video is going to be financial advice. So yeah, really thank you so much for joining me. I usually cover other games. I'm really super interested in the gaming space, wax games, you know, the whole blockchain game thing. That is why I built a blockchain video game company. And, you know, my company is also joined by Josh Erdhall Cantrell, who is my business partner in the company. And let's see, Fuzzy Super Pie says that sound and video is good. Awesome. Thank you for joining me, Fuzzy. So I'm going to be covering like my work process today and what else we have to do to get our Metasource cards launched onto Wax. And I'm going to be answering any questions. We're also going to have another community event tomorrow night, which is Friday, August 6th. We are going to be holding a essentially like a voice chat inside of our Discord. The link to our Discord is at the bottom of this video. And there I will be answering any questions about recent changes that we have made to the design and ecosystem of our Metasource cards and Crypto Castles game. And I'll be taking any questions that anybody has about any of that, and just any questions in general, especially about space questions and science questions. I like those. Not that I'm an expert, but that I just throw that in there. I am open. So what I'm looking at right now is actually the wallet for our Metasource cards. So this is where we go, and you can see we have a couple of collections, different test names. Turns out that like Crypto Castle was taken by someone else, so for now we've decided to go ahead and stick with Castle Crypto for the Crypto Castle collection. We don't have anything in that one yet. We do have a collection that is whitelisted. It is called Metasource Go. And this is where I make all the schemas for the collection. So there was a thing I did where I went and I input all of our cards using minting, and I was gonna basically make all of these available in a drop for people to buy. So I minted a bunch of cards, and then I realized that the off-the-shelf tools don't allow you to do that. The off-shelf tools don't allow you to basically mint cards and then put them into packs. Instead, you have to create what's called a schema, and then the schema is it basically mints from the pack. So part of my job over the next week or two is basically going back and re-inputting all of these cards that you see here into schemas. So that is going to be really a heck of a process. Oh, it looks like I can actually, there's something I can do for these two cards. But yeah, so this is one of the delays that we've had, we've had multiple delays in our Wax launch. You know, some of them were technical, some of them were business. You can tell by some of the changes that we've made lately in the design of the Crypto Castles ecosystem. And just watching what was happening with a lot of these other games, I started to realize that there were some changes that we needed to make in order for our game economies and our game design to really sing and to really bring in people to want to come and play with the Metasource game and collect the collect the Metasource cards and play the Crypto Castles game. So let's go back and check the chat real quick. Cool. Let's see. So yeah, if you're watching today, feel free to like say hello and ask any questions that you want. Also in this stream, I'm going to reveal some cool little things that I've been working on for Crypto Castles and for the 5v5. So I'm going to reveal some artwork from our 5v5 trailer. Some of that Voidkeeper saw in Discord the other day. Also going to reveal some things that are in store for Crypto Castles and the Metasource cards. I don't know, maybe the stream cut out for a second. Hopefully you're still with me. So let's go ahead and start with some of the fun stuff, right? I think the fun stuff is the sneak peeks. So I'm going to give you first a sneak peek into what's going on with some of the Metasource stuff. So we are no longer posting new cards on our website. If you have not seen it yet, we have a website at shop.blockchainkingdoms.com. You can buy our Metasource cards here for $250 each. And these give you a host of earnings and bonuses, and they will also allow you to collect royals from our Crypto Castles cards. We have stopped posting them on the website at batch 29. However, we have promised to release one of these batches every week, so we are continuing to do that. We have a set schedule, a release schedule. It's actually down here on the page here. You can see that in the year 2021, we're going to release 1,040 cards. And then the next year will be 832, and it'll keep going down by about 25% every year. So that is that is what we're still doing. And so we have these this is batch 30 here that's not on the website, but Mark, also known as Night Sky, our co-founder, he's been working on these. And so these are the cards for batch 30 that was he made about last week. We have some just cyberpunk. I like these ones for Kita and Lena. This is the fantasy cards, kind of cool, like a hunter and her cheetah companion, and kind of flying I don't know if Valkyrie is quite the right word, because Valkyries ride Pegasuses, I think. But then also we have some of our. I think it's actually Mark's wife, actually, I think, helped make these space opera cards right down here. So she's been kind of helping him a little bit with some of these cards. We credit her at Seishora. And see, these are the ones from last week, or rather yesterday. So this is batch 31. I always like the cyberpunk cards, and I think she looks kind of cool. She's like some kind of cyberpunk medic, some kind of like implant or what do you call it, like cybernetic doctor. And we have these like fantasy centaur and night guy, and whenever I see ones like this where now we've got like multiple characters in here with the goblins and stuff, these ones always take a long time. You start to put in a lot of characters in here because you have to pose each of the characters and all that stuff, and it takes a lot of time. And she looks pretty cool here too with the space opera cards. So these are the last 2 weeks have been produced, and we'll probably produce a few more weeks that are not available yet on the store before the wax launch. So Big Beatdown says, hey, from Australia again. That D&D was a rough experience. Yeah, it really was. Thank you for joining us for the really rough time that I know I had trying to play that dungeon. Like what? It was like 100 D&D was almost worth like $1,000 at one point, and man, like I just burned through 100 D&D like nobody's business. Big Beatdown says, mate, as soon as my XRP booms, I'm gonna get some of these NFTs just because you're in the team. Thank you. Yeah, I think XRP just announced today that they're gonna let Japan's going to use it for as like some kind of real estate for security, or security for real estate. So that's really interesting. XRP you know, might really start to boom. I don't think I really understood XRP back in the day, but I think now I can understand that it's, you know, it's a token. It can be backed by various technologies. That it's kind of a tabula rasa or blank slate for potential use cases. So I think that's kind of interesting. Let's see. So going back to the Metasource cards. Oh, did that not render right? Oh, I think that did render correctly. Okay, cool. So a little sneak peek into a design that this is something that I threw up for the design of the Metasource staking. We actually do have a full stack development team right now working on our new website, and they were kind of asking me, well, you know, how's it going to work? How's this whole staking website going to work? And I was like, let me throw something together. So this is kind of just like a basic idea of what it might look like for staking your Metasource cards. So you'd be able to sort by either all the cards, Metaverse, Fantasy, Cyberpunk, Space Opera, with these big buttons up here, and then you could have different ways to sort with another drop-down menu, like by faction or by you know, recent additions, etc. So it'll tell you how much you're earning. You know, these really aren't modified yet. This numbers is kind of threw together really quickly, but also show your bonuses for that card that you have. And if you have matching types and matching factions, you do get bonuses per matching type and matching faction that you have, and they'll add together. So you'd also be able to claim, and it would tell you like how many NFTs you have to claim as well for crypto castles. We don't have anything drawn up for crypto castles just yet, but that's pretty exciting. Something I drew up for them, and I am also working on some videos for the company. So one of the videos that we're going to be working on is kind of like a really sexy sizzle reel for what is Blockchain Kingdoms, what products do we provide, and so I asked Mark Night Sky to go and render some of the cards inside of Blender and have like a shine and have them turning for some of the videos that we're going to make. And so you can see this is Lady Dawn's here. She's already purchased by someone. But you know, you'll see this thrown in really quickly into one of our videos that's about us and our products. I'm really looking forward to making those because I used to work in movies for a long time. I was a film editor. I edited a lot of really bad movies under the name Bobby K. Richardson. You know, go look me up on IMDb and watch some of those movies if you dare. If you dare. Some of them are better than others. Most of them are pretty bad, but so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's why I got out of making movies and decided to make my own company. So this one is for Evie Rainwater, and I think she's a really cool card. I think someone has already bought the first one of her. They still need to give me the wax wallet though, so that I can send them that card. It reminds me on my to-do list. I need to go hunt them down. I think they're in the Discord for not for MaxiLab. All right, so this one is for the AKB Prosper spaceship. Let's see, and the last one I've asked Mark to do is for the Mega Tyrannid, which is a T-Rex, so we're going to have the T-Rex card as well be done this way. And those will be put into the videos promoting us and promoting what we do and what we're building. Let's see, Fuzzy Super Pie says, that is a nice looking website. Thank you so much. And Big Beatdown says, XRP is what got me into crypto. Toads will explode, I reckon, by the end of the year. Very possible. There's I think XRP could have a lot going for it in terms of its possible use cases. Khan Goodek says, do we have any good drops tomorrow? I don't know. I think we could go to like, what is it? I think it's NFT Insider. They usually list some of the drops August 2nd to August 8th. So what are the top ones on here? 808. I don't know. They on this thing here they just say sponsored by Upland. It's Tuesday, Sunday. That's weird. Am I reading this wrong? I think I must be. So today would be 5th. So, okay, I think these are like, I don't know, the way the UK does dates or something. This isn't the way we do them in the United States, 508. I think it's supposed to be August 5th, which is today is Thursday. So there's Crypto Swatch says Gods and Legends, Graffiti Kings. I don't know much about that. Golden Cage has some kind of story card, cat stickers. Green Folks, Creek's Assistant. Yeah, that's all there is for Wax. As for other things, I don't know. The Gala games, Vox were supposed to be released today, but that got pushed back. I would love to cover that, but I have been banned from the Gala games Discord. I have sent an email to Bitbender to get some clarification. I was told it was for fudding and for shilling my own wax projects. I've not actually mentioned the wax projects on their Discord in almost like 3-4 months or something. You can, if you're on the Gala Games Discord, you go look, search my messages, Robert Trussardi, see if my messages are still on there, and see what I said, regarding our projects for the last 3 months. I don't think I've even mentioned our projects. I can have my own story about it, but I think we're building what is one day going to be the biggest competitor to Gala Games, because we have a thing called the job token. I told them about the technology and our patent pending for it way back when. They weren't interested. So I think we here at Blockchain Kingdoms, we have a different vision than what Gala Games has. And I was holding them accountable to certain things. Like, I think the users of Gala Games will end up having paid several $100,000 and probably even approaching like $1 million in gas fees by the end of the year. And I think I might have hit a couple of really tender chords. I'm not here to trash Gala Games at all. I'm not interested in that. But when I do my live streams, I just want to be authentic about things. Morning. See, do we have any good drops tomorrow? You need some promo posters on your wall, man, for games you're making. Yeah, maybe, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, Fuzzy Super Pie says, yeah, it is day, month, year on that thing. I keep saying it's. It looks like something's kind of going wacky with my internet connection here. It says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. That's really too bad. Usually don't have that problem. Well, I'm going to keep playing the stream for now. And hopefully I don't have any issues. I'm the only one here at the moment, so no one else is using the internet where I'm at. But I am kind of out in like the boonies. But we still get pretty decent internet connection here. My internet here, like in a small town, is like 10 times better than it was in Los Angeles. So anyways, let's go ahead and keep showing some more about the Metasource cards and crypto castles. So I have something drawn up here for the Baron. And the Baron is, this is basically just like a mock-up that I made to the artist, so the artist can get a good idea of what a card should look like. So I told him, basically, it has kind of like this portrait of the character, has a title at the top, and then it will have this land deed and a multiplier at the bottom. So there's going to be 10 different levels of Barons for the royal cards for Crypto Castles. So for each level, it's going to be basically a new character type, like Baron, Viscount, Earl, Countess, and then each time the level goes up, we're going to increase the essentially this multiplier. So the next one up, which I think is a Viscount, will be ×2 multiplier for land deeds, and so each level of these cards drops one new land deed a day, and it drops certain probability of better than a farm. So I think it's more than 50% chance of getting a farm, like maybe 62% chance getting a farm. But above that, you can also get a ranch, a village, and a town. I think town is the maximum amount of upgraded land types that you can get from a land drop, but we still think that's pretty generous. Like if you get, a ranch, that is actually 3 times better than a farm, and those are going to drop for you daily. So if you get like, 4 farms out of a week, but then you also get a ranch, and then you get like a town. Like a town is much better than all the other ones, and requires way more cards to merge. So we expect that these royals are going to be very valuable inside of the Crypto Castles ecosystem. And so here's some of the. Let's go back to live stream. I think it's the live stream's probably going to kind of go in and out of the as far as quality or consistency on the streaming, but I'm just going to keep talking anyways. So here are like the high resolution images of our cards. So I'm just going to zoom way in here so you can kind of get like a good look at the detail. I think our artists right now are planning to kind of use like a blown up image of the castle for the background of Crypto Castles. Whoops. Maybe a little too much there. But I really like the castle. It's a cool looking one. This one is the city. You can see each one kind of has a different gilded type. This one's kind of like stone and gold. Let's see. The farm is the lowest level of the land cards that drop for Crypto Castles. So it's just a wood border. The ranch is the second level up. I actually had the color modified for this one. I thought it was a little too kind of muddy looking, so this isn't the updated version that has brighter colors and more contrast. Let's see. In the town, it's kind of a cool one. Originally, when they did this card, there was like more just like buildings. Like this was all buildings, and I was like, let's go back actually and put in like a marketplace. And so put a marketplace in a well, and I think this looks much better now for the town card. And then for the village, let's see, this is kind of the village, tiny little village. It's kind of cute. And for the art direction, I asked them to kind of do the same style of like a lot of Magic the Gathering cards. I showed them like the Plains cards from the old Magic the Gathering set, and because I kind of like that look. For the Royals, I've actually asked for the Royal cards to be a little more cartoonish. Again, this is not the actual Royal card. This is just a template to the art I gave to the artist. But I was asking them, let's make them a little more exaggerated. Like give some of them like cooked noses and like exaggerated parts and things, and kind of make them fun. I think that would be kind of cool for the Royals. So Big Beatdown says voice is clear, occasional video lag. That's too bad. Well, I appreciate you guys sticking with me even through some lag there. So here's the big one. This is one we don't talk about too often because the release of this game is still far off, but we've been developing a 5 versus 5 team arena. So, and we also have a technology that's called a job token. It works kind of similar to Axie Infinities and scholarships. And one of my early concepts here at Blockchain Gaming, even before Blockchain Gaming was a thing, it was almost like a year and a half ago now that I was sitting there and I was like, okay, so you got this thing called blockchain games. You have NFTs, and I was like, if you wanted to turn video gaming into passive income and paid work, what was the best way to do it? And I was like, you would be able to play any game that you want and earn tokens for doing it. And then the marketplace for those tokens would be as big as like the stock market. That would allow video gaming to become like a full-time job. If we redistributed a lot of the wealth that is in the crypto trading market and in the stock market into the video game playing market, and if and one of the things is that an economy actually has to be able to support that, support, you know, video gaming as full-time work. I mean, like the global economy, right? So I was like, I could see that in 10 years. I could see in 10 years that a lot of the wealthier countries, you know, they would be able to, they would have less people working in stores. They would have less people working, you know, stocking shelves or at checkout lines or driving cars or driving trucks. There would be much less jobs out there for the average person. So I don't really trust the government to put in place like a good, what do you call it? Gosh, I forget what it is when you call it income, when you give people income for not really doing anything, just for being citizens of that country. Um, but anyways, I was like, I don't see that really being done well in America, just because sometimes our government is slow to move and not always very effective or efficient, especially when it comes to money and new policies. So I was like, I need to take responsibility for that. Like I want a future where people can play games and earn money, and so I created a thing called a job token. And we don't talk about it very much, but it is still a thing. You know, we're still working on it. I have a patent pending for that technology, and when we were trying to sell it, a lot of investors were like, well, why would people use your job token? I'm like, well, it's because it'll, you know, it'll allow people to earn money from playing their games, and they're like, but why would they use yours? And I'm like, well, we have a patent pending for the technology. We also think we're approaching it from a different direction. Like, you're just not earning tokens for playing. We actually have a technology called the virtual supply chain that essentially allows you to leverage supply with demand. Right now, with a lot of tokens, supply is only leveraged by demand with like liquidity farms and basic staking. I developed my own system that I thought was a better way for leveraging supply and demand for video games. So I built that technology. I think it's still solid today. But what you'll be able to do then is play games and earn tokens. But the whole other thing was that if you have this thing that'll, like, let's say a token that allows you to earn while you play and earn crypto, what happens when you're not playing? Because you can only play anywhere between 4 to 8 hours a day, right? Not a lot of people want to play more than 4 to 8 hours a day on video games. So what can you do? You can take that token, you can give it to someone else, or loan it to someone else, and they can earn revenue for you while you play. So I thought these revenue sharing technologies were brilliant. There's not many of them. In fact, there's very, very few. Axie Infinities has that one token they have. We obviously made our token way before, you know, the scholarships were a thing. And so one of the things that we realized with investors that they weren't convinced that other people were going to use our job token. So what Josh, my business partner, and I decided was that we were going to build our own versus 5 team arena game and use it as a proof of concept for how the job token works. So we're now about 5 months into development of that game. We basically have the basic networking of the game working. The basic gameplay is there. What we don't have working yet is we don't have like our own character models inside the game yet. We're using stock models. We're using very basic level layout. It's kind of like a very early conception for us to say, hey, does this play? Is it fun? And we think yes. We've actually held one community event where we let our community play with us. Josh and I are working on scheduling another one. He's been having some trouble, making time in his schedule. But anyways, all that being said, what we're working on is a trailer for that game. And we're also working on a land sell for that 5 versus 5 team arena. So I'm going to show you guys some of the artwork that we're now designing for that trailer. This is a character. As of now, this character isn't decided to be in the game yet, but they're still going to be in the trailer, and there's basically going to be a big epic battle scene near the end, and there's going to be a bunch of characters fighting each other. And this character is going to be a part of that. So this is something our artist came up with really quickly, but I mean, kind of like Overwatch. If you remember Overwatch back in the day, the first images they released, there were a bunch of those heroes that they put in the original concept art that never made it to the actual game. So this is probably going to be somewhat similar to that. This here is what we call our like our altar. Our altar. So our heroes are actually trying to kill the bosses, collect what we call the keys, and the keys are like these glowing orbs, and they need to get the orbs to this gateway, and if they get the key to the gateway and they're able to hold the gateway while they hold the key, they will score. So the gameplay is actually kind of similar to some modes that you might have seen in like World of Warcraft. We've played it. We think it's fun. So we're looking forward to having our next test for the game. But so this is going to be part of the battle scene for our trailer, and it's kind of zoom in here, and you're going to be able to like you basically fly past the battle scene towards this trailer. It'll be really towards this altar. It'll be really cool. And this right here is a mech. And this is also another hero that's kind of put as a placeholder inside of a battle scene for the 5 versus 5 trailer. So Josh is really working hard on this with our artists and with our development team to get this trailer made as we speak. Big Beatdown's the dole over here or pension. Big Beatdown says, gotta head out, man. You got me hyped on this game too. Hit me up in Discord if you need any testers. Awesome. Totes for free, man. See you, lads. See you, Big Beatdown. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. So, yeah, so these characters are pretty cool. So what do you guys think? Like, this trailer starting to shape up. Let's see. I don't know when we're going to reveal this trailer. We're going to do our wax launch first, and then eventually we're going to reveal that trailer at the launch of the 5 versus 5 land cell. And yeah, so I have some cool ideas for that. Let's see. So here we have, this was our first, this was the first basically sketch of the new website that we're building. Very, very basic. This is our first, basically jab at it. And this even has like some kind of, temporary text, the Latin that a lot of people put in for temporary text. But it's nice to have a full stack development team now working on our website as well as our blockchain technology. So yeah, it looks like the stream says it's not receiving enough video again. It's really too bad. So one of the things I'm doing now is I'm going in and I'm inputting a bunch of these cards. So part of my work process is, since I have to replace a bunch of these new mints that we're going to do for the card packs, with basically schemas that can be minted straight to the packs. I have to go to everything that I've already minted, all of these already minted, and I have to turn them into schemas. So these two I actually think I did last night. Yeah, so I made a schema, and what a schema is it basically is like a template. You can see here we have the card, we have the backings for the cards now. I just made this new backing for the cards. It says use your stakings to upgrade lands and royals and crypto castles, merge your lands to increase your earnings, grow your kingdom. Shows some of the cards on metasourcecards.com. And but you'll see that this says issued 0 but max supply of 1. What that means is that there will only be one of these cards ever issued. And it will be from the pack. So I have to make this schema in order to drop it from the pack, which means that this card right here that I have already minted, I have to burn this. And so this is actually how I keep track of what I need to do next, is because I go and I look at everything that's already minted. And these are all cards that have not been sent to their owners yet. You know, if you already have a card, you don't have to worry about this because you already own it. It's already sent to you. You're not, you know, they're not going to be dropped out of a pack or anything. So I'm going to burn this minted card. Don't worry. Some of you might be freaking out, but like, why are you going to burn the card? This card is no longer going to be useful to us. Why? Because this card's now going to be dropped from the pack. Instead, I cannot drop this minted version from the pack. So I burned this one, and if you remember, we went back over here, and we already have this white snout here already set up in the schema. So I'm going to go and I'm going to burn. Oh, we already burned that one, but now we need to burn the Yik Yim card. So we're going to go here. We're going to burn this guy. So this actually takes up like almost like an hour and a half of my day these days. You might ask, why does it take so long? It's because I have to input all this information. I have to double, triple check it as well, because once it gets put to the blockchain, it's immutable. It can't be changed. So this is the old card. So I'm going to go to create new template under the fantasy templates, and see I'm already starting to hit my max RAM here. So I'm going to add some more pretty soon. So we've already done Yik Yim, but we're now going to do Yik Yim and white snout number 1. So I type in Yik Yim and white snout 1. Could also just copy it from the other thing. So if I recall correctly, this is card 15. So I opened this up to kind of use a reference. So this was from batch 15. So I got to put, so I basically have to duplicate these things. So I've been having to do double, triple work in order to get these cards input. Let's see, Hugrak Raiders. So I'm going to copy this just to make it easy on myself, and this is the faction name. And I wish there were an easier way to do this. I don't think there is without, like, you know, having backend tools developed. But we're just moving rather than, you know, having our team do that. We're having our team do other stuff rather than deal with these cards. Deal with redoing these cards is something that I can do on my own since we're still so small. And see, so card type, we're going to go fantasy. Let's see, and I was kind of not surprised to hear that Sammy Snake is also making his own schemas and stuff when he was talking about it. I'm like, oh, you too? Like, me too. I am also doing that. So we need to put in a max supply of 1 as well, because there can only be 1 of these cards ever issued. And the render artist here is Night Sky. His name is right here. And so we're going to go ahead and copy the About section from, actually let's copy it from one of these latest schemas that we made, like this one. So it says each Metasource card is a unique one-of-a-kind game asset with a limited amount released per week. Stake your cards and earn tokens used in Metasource games. Collect matching card games and factions for staking, earning bonuses. Sometimes I like to just go and reread stuff and make sure there's like no typos, grammar issues, any of that, because don't want to mint that stuff to the blockchain because it looks really silly. Colonize Mars, like I think they had a patch or something that they released, and it had a typo. So everybody kind of had a typo there. It was kind of silly. All right, so we got these image paths loaded. Oh wait, I think I might have just copied the wrong image paths. These are the ones we want, because that was from the old card that we deleted. Yep, got it. See, this is why I got to double, triple check my work and make sure that I do this stuff correctly. G3, that's something that's supposed to be there. So QM through NZ, and that's then going to be these cards, right? So cool, and then we just need to put in the website. fantasy. So let's go double check all this. Fantasy, Hurac Raiders, 414, 2021, Mark Castillo. Yeah, so then we're going to hit create template. And that's going to create the schema. And then what I can do is I can go back. You can see that we now have this schema here for Yik Yim and White Snout. And so when we go to put this into the packs, it will only issue one max supply of these. And we have the right images here for the backings. Cool. So then once I get this card made, then I just need to go and make sure that I burn the old minted card, because we're never going to use this. Again, we're going to mint from the packs, and we're not going to use these cards that I already minted. Let's see. So the cool thing is what I've been doing is I've then just been using the same template. And if I go to Yik Yim Snout and White Snout 2, I just put in a 2 here, and everything else stays the same. I just need to make sure that this, there we go, that the IMG, the pinned image updates. I hit create template, and bam, there we go. Now we made Yik Yim and White Snout 2. And so I can just cycle through all the fantasy cards like this, and it makes it much easier. I just have to change the batch numbers and the date released and the factions. But otherwise, the rest of the data stays the same. So this is quite a process that I'm having to go through and redo for all these Metasource cards. So I need to do how many cards? Let's see. So I guess it's almost 350. It's just -1, 2, 3, 4. I think these 4 cards that I uploaded for the backings. So I'm gonna have to do about 354. Yeah, 356 of these cards, I think, is what I'm going to have to do in terms of creating new schemas. It's going to take a little while, but that's like one of the biggest things that I'm doing these days. And whoops, hit the thing here. I typically only do like maybe like, what is it, like 30 cards a day. Let's do this math real quick. 356 divided by 30. So I guess we're looking at what, like 11 days in order to do all of these cards. And it might take me a little bit more, because what happens is if you want to use the free data usage from Atomic Hub, you can only upload about 30. I can only upload about 30 cards until it tells me that I've uploaded my limit for the day, and I have to wait another 24 hours to do it again. So one of the reasons I held my stream at 12 o'clock today was because that's when the reset hit for being able to upload new images. Now we can use something like Pinata and upload images from there. I'm kind of been hesitant though, because Pinata will charge you for the data usage, and I don't want one day for them to have exorbitant prices. Not to say that they will, but I think it might be possible they could hold us hostage basically for data usage, and if it just takes us another 12 days to upload all these, well then I guess that's okay. It's not too terrible. Crypto Man says, hello everyone. Hello Crypto Man. Thank you for joining us. Mayan Hay says, hi, when's this coming out? We're going to be doing our wax drop, wax launch for the Metasource cards in just a couple of weeks. We're going to bundle together new Royal cards with our new Royal cards with the, what do you call it? With our Metasource cards in these new packs. That's going to be cool. But the actual staking and the earning is going to come maybe in another month or two. We don't have like kind of a ballpark yet for that. We're talking to our people who are doing our full stack development on our cards. Fuzzy Super Pie says, Robert, earlier you were talking about universal basic income. That's right. So I don't believe that universal basic income will ever be integrated into the United States well, which is why I think 10 years from now, playing video games could be a source of tremendous value for people financially. I think there would be a big sector, financial sector, basically operated by playing video games. And to be honest with you, we're kind of already there. Um, you know, I've been making some fairly decent income through crypto trading. And, crypto's become, after enough experience now doing trading and stuff like that, like I've started to get into the groove of like figuring out like what the trends are, what's going to do well, how to estimate it. But I think that's just kind of the stage we're in right now in terms of like the financial sector. It's like, hey, there's so much money out there, and so much is now also being automated in terms of producing goods and items that many people like me and a lot of other people can make decent amount of money just by doing crypto trading and stuff like that, NFT trading. Like it's a legitimate financial sector that is emerging. And I think probably more people than ever before are making either full-time income or supplemental income from crypto trading. And I think it's a number of factors. One is that space is just growing so incredibly fast, and financially. And the other factor is that automation, even though we're at a trade deficit here in America, I still think we're still automating things more and more, and that allows less people to have to go to work. And I don't necessarily think it's a great thing that we don't have people going to work. We have a whole controversy around this in America right now because people were being given stimulus checks for not going to work, and now a lot of people don't want to go to work. People are having a hard time finding people who work in stores and restaurants. But I kind of think this is kind of like an emerging trend that I think is continue for the next 10 years. You're going to continue to see like people, they don't want to stock shelves. Well, don't worry. There's a robot that'll stock shelves. Oh, you don't have people want to wait tables. Well, don't worry. There's a robot that's going to basically wheel their food to everybody. And as those jobs continue to get automated, you're going to see other financial sectors emerge. I think video gaming and passive income paid work from playing video games is going to be a huge trend over the next 10 years. We're already starting to see it right now. If you just look at some of these games like Crypto Blades, Illuvium, Axie Infinities, like these token values have gone way up, and whether or not that's sustainable is kind of a deeper conversation. But I think in the next 10 years, it's just not going to be sustainable. It's basically going to be a whole new financial sector. You'll provide services in games, and that will provide a financial service to someone, and then you will be able to earn income on that back end rather than just what we have now, which is pure staking and stuff like that. Let's see. Blockchain Gaming says, this guy doing work on Wax. Good on you, RT. I guess it's Robert Tusardi. Thank you so much, Blockchain Gaming. I appreciate it. Let's see. The other guy who's named, it just shows up really weird on here, says, giveaway one mate, giveaway a card. I'm actually going to be giving away a Metasource card tomorrow. Join our Blockchain Kingdoms Discord. The link's at the bottom of this video. We're going to be holding a community chat. So we're going to be holding it in the Blockchain Kingdoms Amphitheater. And I'm going to be taking any questions that people might have on recent changes to our cards. You can check our announcements channel to see some of the recent changes on the Metasource cards. And one thing for everyone to know is that eventually, we have our cards right now at shop.blockchainkingdoms.com, and what we're going to do is we're eventually going to release these on Wax in a Wax drop with packs. We're going to reduce the price by $49, so the new packs will be $200 in Wax, and we're going, basically anybody who bought a card on the store is going to get rewards for having bought them on the store, since we dropped the price to $200 at this next Wax launch. But if you buy them from the store now, this will be the last time you'll be able to pick and choose your factions. Like towards our Wax launch in a couple of weeks here, we're going to take all of these off the store, and you will no longer be able to get like these Etheric Fleet Academy factions all in one place, unless somebody is reselling them. So getting the stacking earning bonuses for having the same faction, like this Fleet Academy or this Great Unity Warriors or this Bright Coven, it's going to get harder. So you kind of have to weigh like what is worth more to you. You know, having a $49 discount and buying them at the wax launch. I think you know you're good either way. Whether or not you buy them on the website, whether or not you buy them in the packs, you either get that $49 discount when you buy it on wax, or you'll buy them on here. You'll get like some extra Crypto Castle cards plus that card. But anyways, just want to let people know that eventually these cards are going to be taken off of here completely before the wax launch. Let's see. But anyway, so yeah, if you join us tomorrow night at our community chat, where I will be answering any questions, we'll have a little bit of Q&A about changes on our stuff. Then we're also going to be giving away a Metasource card during that community event, so they'll be exciting. I imagine it'll be smaller, so there'll probably be a lot less people to compete for that card. But you know, probably go to someone who's been with us for a little while. I think those are the odds. We don't know. We'll see. It says, Go Shiny Hunter just quit his job. Is that Shiny Hunter is a YouTuber or something maybe? See, you know, this is my job. I am never quitting this job until the job is done, which is, you know, turning video gaming into passive income paid work. When you can play your favorite video games with our job token and earn, you know, an average income from playing our games and using our job token, then maybe I'll think about quitting my job or doing a new job. But yeah, in this for the long haul and to provide a service to you guys, because I don't think anybody else has the same vision I have. A lot of other people in this space, like Gala Games, you know, Gala Games is you know, run by a guy who you know, built Zynga. What's his name? Eric Shiremeyer. I just look up his education. Like, what did he do? Because he probably like went to, you know, Berkeley or something like that, right? University. So University of California, Santa Cruz. All right. I mean, okay, so maybe it's not Berkeley. But co-founder Luminary. But he did go to University of Santa Cruz. Let's see. So yeah, maybe he's not quite all that well to do. I don't know much about the University of Santa Cruz. It just seems like standard university. But yeah, if he kind of came from small roots, good for him. But I come from a middle to lower class background, so I know what it's like to struggle to find a job, to know people who struggle to find work. During COVID, you know, most of my friends worked in movies. They were all out of the job. It was terrible. I wish, like, you know, I remember when COVID hit, it was like, I was thinking, wow, I wish that I had at least like another year or two ahead to have worked on blockchain kingdoms before COVID, because it would have made a huge difference if we could have started to get our technology out early. But I mean, to be honest with you, you know, wax wasn't even a big thing until like 6 months ago, so technology really wasn't there. Healthy Wax has been doing very well lately at 0.17, still far away from its latest peak at 0.30, but getting there. Which token? You must be referencing something I was talking about. I don't know what it is. Blockchain Gaming says, yeah, he's a YouTube guy in our NFT space. Well, good for him. Good for Shiny Hunter. Cool. So yeah, if you're just coming into the video now, I'm gonna start to shut down the stream here soon-ish. But if you want to see kind of the some of the sneak peeks that we gave away of the some of the stuff we're working on here for the for our 5 versus 5 trailer, is a character who is not necessarily in the game yet. This is just artwork done by our guys for part of a big battle scene for our trailer that's going to be promoting our land sell. I want to talk to Josh about the possibility of also having our land be staked for Metasource, and maybe more. I want to talk to him about that, since we'll have those lands, and if we put them on wax, well then we might as well just let you stake them, right? But the real point of the land sale for the 5 versus 5 is that you'll be able to earn tokens passively. In fact, our lands will be the only place that you can earn tokens passively in order to buy costumes and buy, like, loot packs and stuff inside of our 5 versus 5 arena. I like to think of it as like, Overwatch meets Smite. And so I showed people the Baron card, which was this is a mock-up that I put together. I threw together in Canva really quickly and sent it to the artist. I'm like, hey, so this is what it should look like. It'll have the name of the royal. It'll have their portrait, and it'll have how many deeds that they drop a day. And again, those deeds will be anywhere between a farm, a ranch, a village, or a town for crypto castles. And last but not least, I showed that we are still producing our Metasource cards weekly, even though the latest ones are not available on the store yet. And also showed what the possible staking might look like for the website. This is mock-up I put together for the full stack development team, so they could kind of get a good idea what I was thinking for this. And last but not least, I'm going to be working on some videos for promoting us, what we do, what we create, and here at Blockchain Kingdoms. And so I had Mark Night Sky put together these cool little rotating videos of some of our Metasource cards, so that people can drool all over these and want to go to the marketplace and go buy them now. So I'm really looking forward to making those videos. All right, so before I shut down the stream, do you guys have any questions? I feel like sometimes when I ask that, like, I'm asking you guys not to ask any questions to shut down the stream, but I'm not. Like, maybe we'll give a couple of minutes for a Q&A. We're also going to have a Q&A tomorrow night in our Discord. You want to join the link at the bottom of the video. Join our Discord. We're going to hold a big community event. I'll be giving away a $250 Metasource card to someone in that chat. Someone will be lucky. Actually, why don't we decide right now what Metasource card I'm going to give away? Let's see. I think one that we'll want to give away is... see, these ones are all sold out. It's probably going to be from batch 9 or 10. Let's see. I think this one kind of came out weird, so I don't want to give away that one. That was one I made. Basically made all of these ones from... oh, not all these. I made half of these, and then... no, actually, I only made one of these, actually. This was Night Sky, this was Night Sky, this was Night Sky, Night Sky. I made this one, the Captain Asetta. Somebody brought those ones, though. But Celestia, I made those. Cyberpunk, I made those. Kind of torn. So we're giving away Celestia 2. Why don't we give away this one? Why don't we give away Batch 9, California Uprising, Cyberpunk. What I want to do is I want to give away at least like half of... I want to give away half of the factions that are already available. So we've been giving away... we've gave away this one. This one was a giveaway that we did during a stream. I think we did with Sammy. And so we'll give away this one, Loyalty. Oh, it's kind of funny because we're going to do that during a community event tomorrow. So that's kind of cool. All right, so that card we're going to give away tomorrow in tomorrow's community event. Join our Discord at the bottom of the video to get a chance to win that card. Let's see. Healthy says wax token. Oh, 0.17. 0.17 is pretty good. Yeah. Should have held on to mine a little bit more. Maybe I'll sell some off again. I don't know, Healthy. You think that wax token's going up from here? I mean, crypto might be going on another big bull run. I think it's possible. What do you guys think about the Ethereum price, about the Ethereum transactions? Because Ethereum just got an upgrade on the network. And so gas prices now are 54 Gwei. That's $32 for Uniswap. I thought they were supposed to upgrade the amount of transactions could happen on the network, but I don't know. It seems like the Gwei usage is still pretty high, but maybe it's a little too early to tell still because there's a lot of activity on the network because they just had the upgrade. Crypto's on that bull run. I would like for crypto to stay on the bull run. I don't know if it will. It would be nice. It would be nice for those of us who hold quite a bit of crypto. Blockchain Gaming says, I have a question. How does it feel to be an Our Planet inventor? You know, it was probably one of my favorite parts of being involved in blockchain gaming. It felt like quite a feather in my hat because obviously you know that there's only been what, like 230 elements released so far, something like that in Our Planet. So there can only be close to 230 different inventors. So to be one of those 230 inventors in Our Planet is a pretty good feeling. That being said, I feel like I have to give a lot of credit to my community in Discord because I only know as much about Our Planet as I do because of the community. If it wasn't for Healthy, if it wasn't for Mazinger and Debbie Metal and all these other guys inside of our Discord chat, Jay Lazon, who talk about Our Planet a lot and have helped me understand how it works, I probably would have never invented that building. But because I've been there and I've had their support, we've all been sometimes thinking about what it might take to invent something. I was able to figure out building. took that risk. And I made a whole video about it. But that's a good question. Thanks. Stroking my ego there. Feels good. Feels good to be an Our Planet inventor, to be one of the 230 few people who have who've made one of those inventions. And it's an expensive one. 10 million. It's a lot of Ether. I made 2 attempts. One of them failed. One of them worked. El Ping, he says, I'm excited about this project. Thank you, Li Ping. I'm excited too. Which one, anyone particular you're excited about? Crypto Castles, the Metasource Cards, our 5 versus 5 arena with their job token. Blockchain Gaming says, big bull run, huge. EIP 1559 is huge. Yeah, I know they put in a burning function for the token. It will take some time for that burning function to kind of kick in and start to see the supply drop, but it'll be interesting. I think someone said something like, "Oh yeah, Ethereum will quintuple in prices by next year," and I'm like, if it does quintuple, I hope so does the amount of transactions we can handle on the network, because it's getting saturated. I mean, I think people would love to get dollar signs and stars in their eyes when it comes to the Ethereum price, but the more expensive it gets, the more unsustainable it gets for us to use it. I just don't think there's a lot of people going to keep paying $50 to $100 per transaction. It doesn't really make sense. Other people will just start using the other side chains as they start to come out. Okay. Any other questions? I'm going to give it a few more minutes and see if there's any other questions that come through. Oof. See. Yeah, I really want to hold a 5 versus 5 test for our game. We've held one so far, and I keep telling Josh, can we do it this week? And he's like, I don't know how to make it work out the schedule. And Josh works hard for Blockchain Kingdoms. He's already got a full-time job managing finance for construction company, and he has a family as well. So he is very busy. He works a lot doing stuff for Blockchain Kingdoms while he does those other things, taking care of his family and managing the construction company, the finance for the construction company. So the man has a lot on his plate. I don't know how he does it. I don't have a family. This is my only job. Keeps me busy, obviously, but once he has the time, he's the developer of the game, so he should be present for that test. Let's see, Leaping says he's excited for both Crypto Castles and the Metasource cards. Yeah, like guys, like, to be honest with you, I think Crypto Castles will be the Wax blockchain or the Wax Atomic Hub killer app. Like, that's what I've designed it for. I've looked at what works with all these other Wax games and what doesn't, and there are a couple of things that hit me. Number one, I like merging. I like merging one things into other things. If you look at iOS, if you look at iPhone, if you look at the Android games, all that stuff, like some of the biggest games are on there are like merging games where people like merge three fairies together to make a tree or something, and you just keep doing that into infinity. Like, people love merging games. I like merging games. I like accumulating new things by merging things. I don't know what it is. Kind of really taps like that hunter-gatherer like part of the brain, merge things to make new things, and I think people like the idea of lands, of like growing their kingdoms. This is going to sound funny, but I was looking at like Farmer's World, which is one of the top games on Wax right now, and I was all like, why be a farmer when you could grow a kingdom? So you almost hear the commercial, right? Like some kind of like Apple versus Mac TV commercial. Like, why grow a farm when you can build a kingdom? And so yeah, I am super excited for the Crypto Castles. I think it'll be a killer app for Wax. One of the other things was that I looked at what wasn't working with the economy, some of these other games, and I was like, and Josh, originally we had like 4 different token ideas, or we would have 4 different tokens, each for one of the card types. And Josh was eventually like, you know what, maybe 4 is too many. Maybe we should just have 1. And he knows that I love simplifying things. And so I was like, yeah, you're right. You got me right in the Achilles heel there, where I think we should just simplify things. So only having 1 token now for the whole Metasource and the Crypto Castles, and being able to merge those together, having the land drops. We're still going to be introducing like 80 new royals per a month, which at this point will be close to like 10-ish% of our total supply every month. And of course, that percentage will go down. It'll be like, 10, then 9, then 8, then 7% of the total supply. But if we're still growing the amount of users by like 20, 30% a month, who cares if we're dropping more, and then of course the users will keep going up, and then the supply of the royals for land production, Crypto Castles will go down, and I think everybody will be really happy. So what we try to do is build the Crypto Castles game to scale with like a high amount of players, and eventually have a high amount of players and high amount of land production, but also make sure that it grows in an organic way, and being able to atomize things too, because you can build more farms using castles, and I think merging part of Crypto Castles is the fun part. So I really think it'll be the killer app for Wax. That's why I built it. Let's see. Healthy says there should be ETH 2.0 in the future to battle high fees. Well, you mean ETH 2.0 is still coming out, and then that should be battling the high fees? Because Ethereum 2.0 is still coming out, right? It's not, this upgrade isn't Ethereum 2.0. And I'm sure you already know that, but Fuzzy Super Pie, is the server stronger for the 5 versus 5 test now? Well, I think it was part of something to do with the code, maybe. The server is basically, it's being run from whoever's computer decides to be the server. So I think last time it was either Night Sky or Josh who was the server. Maybe I could be the server now. Give it a shot. Because I think the last time we tested, I was still at my old place, and my connection was bad. But at the new place, the internet for the most part is fine. We had a little bit of trouble at the beginning of the stream, but otherwise, But yeah, so the server is going to depend on whoever's playing, and if we still have an issue and we try multiple servers, well, then the issue is with the network code. I think the network code is probably going to be changed in the future anyways, at least on the proprietary level, because we want the game to be able to do more. I want you to be able to jump and to be able to like aim. It's really up to Josh in the end, but I'm really pushing them to have more mobility in the game, because I like mobility. I love being able to rush around and do cool stuff in a game, somersaults, all that great stuff. It will take some more work though. It will take some more work. Cool. So I'm going to shut down the stream, guys. I'm going to take any questions that you might have for the Metasource cards. So, if you haven't looked at the new white paper yet, the link is in our Discord. Link at the bottom of this video. Join our Discord. We're going to give away that. We're going to give away this loyalty card in the Discord tomorrow night. This loyalty card will not only earn you. Will earn you the tokens, Metasource tokens. Will also give you a royal card, and the royal cards drop lands for crypto castles here. And so it's a $250 value, and we're going to drop that in our Discord tomorrow night for a community event. And yeah. So thank you so much for joining me. And remember to go to shop.blockchainkingdoms.com, join the Discord, join us tomorrow night, and like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Or I'll just see you tomorrow night during the Inside the Blockchain Kingdoms Amphitheater, during our community event.